days, something both of these teams have done in terms of consecutive matchups at some point this season. So this will be another one here as Tease Cornelissen starts us off.
Yeah, I think the most interesting thing about these teams is they haven't found their sweet spot with their lineups yet. So interesting to see if they make adjustments right off the bat or they let them play.
A little bit of different lineup looks for both of these groups. This is still only match 9, so some time to figure things out before you really get into the thick of conference play. And there's a good start for Luke Chandler. Third year coming over from Long Island where he was an all-conference performer, getting his first consistent crack at some time with the Tritons as John Lewers, the starting setter, puts it into the net.
Yeah, and Lewers has been a really great consistent setting Luke Chandler right now, so that is why he got the starting spot for tonight.
Paul Schulteis, 12 aces, 28th in ace average coming in for the sophomore out of Mission Viejo and Crane Lutheran. Uncorks a good one, handled by Sani. Now on the other side for Chandler, this goes off the hands. Couple of Golden Eagles coming together, tap down on the other side. As Wiemelt look to put up the roof, and that's going to get the job done from the back row.
Broken play there. Concordia bested that one. Non-setter setting.
Team that's hitting .278, that's 5th in the country coming in. And UC San Diego defensively, .262 opponent hitting percentage, 40th best. 74 programs in the National Collegiate Men's Volleyball landscape, D1 and D2 combined. Big swing off the hands, Cornelissen, back row coverage. They'll have to free ball it over. A chance for the Tritons here. Lewers right to the middle, put away by Leo Wiemelt, making his 4th start of the year.
Wiemelt has been doing a great job in the middle, super explosive, and taking up some big space blocking.
Enjoyed a trip back closer to home with this team getting on the road at Loyola, Chicago, and Lewis. 5th home match for the Tritons. Last one was against number 1 UCLA. Quick look out of the middle. Triton block was set. Lewers on the back row for Sani. Overpass covered by Lewers. Now Sani setting Chandler and swings it over the triple block and out. Point Concordia.
And I like that. Lewers playing some defense. Great dig, and Sani steps in there. Gives Luke a good set.
A lot of local ties for John Gerton, prepped at Mount Carmel High School here in San Diego. 7 seasons on the UC San Diego staff.
Yeah, it's great to see him in a head coaching position finally.
That was with that Grand Canyon program last year. What a ride it was, and we'll talk about that a little bit as this goes on, but basically assumed co-head coaching responsibilities right about midway through the year. Discontinued the program after last season.
That is a shame.
And there's an ace for UC San Diego. Good start from Leo Wiemelt, who's played in 14 out of the team's 30 sets coming in.
Yeah, he's definitely finding his own, getting comfortable, especially in that starting position. Tough serve.
Second ace of the season. He'll go off speed for the second look. And a nice block by UC San Diego, covered by Nunez, but they won't find a way through the other side. Chandler and Garrison send it back.
And that is one great thing that Luke Chandler can do, is put up a nice big block on the right side. And Jim Garrison did a nice job closing it.
So brings Wiemelt back behind the line once again. 5-3 early UC San Diego lead. Team averaging 1.3 aces per set, about middle of the pack in the country this year. Offensively for the Tritons, they're hitting .289, that's 15th. And defensively for Concordia, opponents hitting .271, that's 45th. Looking for something out of the middle. Overpass, trying to quick swing and a good one. Nice effort falling off the net by Kai Vogel.
Nice quick swing by Vogel. Garrison just couldn't handle that one.
So here is Vogel, first-year transfer from Merrimack. His twin brother Isaiah also coming over, who has yet to make his Concordia debut. Those two, along with Logan Whitaker, on a roster with a lot of first-year transfers. It's going to be tight to the net, and that serve The slam dunk for Nathan Habermas out of the middle.
Yeah, it's interesting that's a great serve. Gets him in a lot of trouble, sets him up for a nice overpass, but the serve doesn't get the credit for that one.
Now 3 aces, 7 errors on the season so far for Vogel. He led Merrimack with 41 aces in 71 sets last year. Another tough one. Triton's able to keep it on their side, but this sets up the block. Habermas and Fisher turn it back.
Good timing at the net by Habermas and Fisher. Knew that ball was going to Provednikov. Pushed over at the right time.
Vogel providing some service pressure here. 1.6 aces per set, 15th best in the country for this group. Out of the MPSF. There's Chandler, sneaks it in behind a couple defenders.
Great job by Chandler being the outlet, finding his range there. Nobody was able to touch that cross-court hit.
3 straight starts at that opposite spot, something that they really didn't have as they retooled, lost some key offensive pieces from last year, but got a spot start against UCLA, played so well that they've kept him in the lineup. And served by the lefty. Somebody was into the net there, and that's a point for UC San Diego.
Yeah, I wonder how that works out. How do you do everything with your right hand and then all of a sudden you play sports and you're like, I think I'm going to use my left?
That's one of those things you've grown up. It's just whatever feels natural. So take a look there at Brad Rostratter, former libero on an NAIA national title team with his Concordia program. And there's on 2 from John Lewers.
Lewers is deceptive with that one. Loves to throw it down when he can. Great play. No one saw that one coming.
Lewers, the transfer from Lincoln Memorial, the group formerly of the IVA. He was an All-American last year. Out of Lebanon, Ohio, and Bishop Fenwick High School. How do you see this Triton offense featuring differently with Lewers as opposed to Cameron Worrell's setting?
You know, I like Lewers has a lot of fire, and I feel like he does a really good job on the run, setting in transition, put up some nice hittable balls. I just feel like he brings a different energy out there.
Checks the rear view and sends up Chandler.
And he connects well with Chandler, and that is right now the juggernaut of what is working really well for the Tritons is Chandler on that opposite position and Sani and Provednikov on the outside. And that seems to be the winning combo right now.
There's Leo Provednikov, second-year starter, as that one nearly gets into the rafters off the first touch. Triton block returns it. Matt Fisher, the freshman setter, sets up Cornelison back into the UC San Diego block.
And that is something that the Tritons have been working on, that blocking schemes, taking that line away. That one, Garrison, all in the meat of his block.
1.95 blocks per set, 38th best in the country this year. And there it is again. Jim Garrison says, boys, I'll take this one myself. And UC San Diego going on a nice run to take a 4-point lead.
What a well-formed block that was. He was in perfect formation, piking at the right time. He ate that thing up.
Second solo block of the season. There's an ace. And the Tritons putting it all together in the opening set to take a 5-point lead. Concordia will go ahead and take a timeout. John Gertzen was thinking about it. Aside with Concordia winning the national title, NAIA national title as a libero. And his Tritons staying on fire coming out of the timeout. Back-to-back aces, Leo Provednikov.
And that is something I have definitely seen his serve improve throughout the season.
5 aces coming in. He's got him on back-to-back points. This one worked by the tape. Just have to float one over long. Sani off the hands. Good diving effort that time by Vogel. Tritons off a free ball. Trying to get a point to double up the lead here. And Sani again going for that off-speed shot. Just trying to tap it. They'll go to Chandler. Dug again by Vogel. What a rally here. And that one shuffled and put down out of the middle. Much needed answer from Paul Schulteis.
Schulteis throwing it down there. The power poke.
Good efficiency for him out of the middle this season. .438 hitting percentage on 1.6 kills per set. He's been a regular for this group. Triton still by 5. Garrison meets it at the peak.
Lure is doing a really great job feeding his hitters, getting Garrison involved. That little bit of a push set there. Give him some range, let him use his length and hammer that ball.
.451 hitting for Jim Garrison. That one is cross court and in. And a nice spot for the Golden Eagles and Cornelison. He heads back to serve. He's led the team in points each of the last 2 seasons. Leading the team with 2.9 kills per set, and of the regular attackers, 272 hitting, the best of the bunch. Lure is picking out Sonny right into the block, rejected that time by the San Diegan Miles Henderson.
Sonny going for the glory angle there, but read by the Concordia block.
Prepped at Del Norte High School, the transfer from Orange Coast College. 4-point game here in the opening set. Another look out of the middle. Great effort to try and save it, but that's a Leo Wiemelt kill.
I like how Lures is really moving the ball around offensively, doing a really good job of getting all his hitters involved.
So here's Lures. You mentioned it a moment ago prior to that break. Man, he plays with a lot of fire, ton of energy, outward emotion. You gotta feel like he's one of those guys who it's just really fun to be his teammate when he can get things rolling. As that one's gonna miss wide. Side out for the Golden Eagles here, chasing 4.
Yeah, he's got that blue-collar work ethic and definitely plays bigger than he is.
And took over setting 2 matches ago against Lewis in the second with the Tritons down 1-0. They got a reverse sweep and a top 10 win. Start off that trip, lost in 4 sets to Loyola Chicago. Lures picking out Sonny right off the block and in. Leading attacker for the Tritons, right around 3.3 kills per set, a .313 hitter. The Long Beach State transfer, where he won a national championship last season. Serve goes into the net. 3 aces, 4 errors for UC San Diego. None of either so far for Concordia. So the Triton team against Loyola Chicago, no aces in that match, 17 errors. So good to see them get a few going early. Chandler stretches, sent back by the triple block. Provednikov faces a double on the other side. Now Vogel and the Triton block sends it back. Chandler and Wiemelt, and that's one big difference with Leo Wiemelt seeing more time. He puts up some great block numbers.
He does. He does a good job closing that block and puts up a nice big block up there, right here, right in the meat of the block, and they were able to close that seam, so nowhere to go.
Well, they average 2 blocks per set on the year. They've already got 4 here in the first. And they're going to say that Leo Provednikov was over on the other side, and he's going over to Brad Rostrader. They're thinking about a challenge. John Lures is also talking with our up ref, John Pedersen. Now getting confirmation and an explanation from Patsy Malta, the R2. She'll handle the review.
Yeah. So Provednikov is saying that he did not touch the ball on that block. He went up, but he was on his side. So let's see if he touched the ball or not. I don't think he did. I think he tried. No, I don't see a touch on that.
So we got a little bit of time for that follow through there. And it's that fine line between you can't attack on your opponent's side of the net. You can put up a block though.
Yeah, unless the ball crosses the plane, and it didn't there, but it doesn't look like he touched the ball. Looks like he may have touched a hand, but not a ball.
Good one to challenge for UC San Diego. You get 3 challenges. You only lose 1 if you're unsuccessful. So that first one especially, you can pretty much fire it off right about whenever you want to. Good time to do it, especially if you think you have a case, and I think the Tritons do. Rest of the officials tonight, John Park and Rob Reyes are on the lines. Cool connection here. Mount Carmel well represented. We see Patsy Malta a lot as part of the officials. She was John Gerton's high school coach.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Still in the game.
Coach went over to take that timeout, and it's funny because those two were chatting quite a bit before the match. Was watching his body language, and he was almost looking at her like, hey, you know, we work together in this game a lot. What do you think?
Come full circle.
Great Sun Devil program. 10-plus years as the head coach there for Coach Gerton. Couple CIF Division I titles. Involved with Wave and Seaside, prominent clubs out here in San Diego. So back at home, coaching against a team that he spent 7 years working for in the Tritons. So long explanation here, which makes you think they're going to overturn this and set up a replay of the point.
All right, replay.
That because it was called dead on that call and would have continued otherwise. No, it's a replay of the point. So for UC San Diego, it's Ethan Horniak coming in to serve. Mostly filled in this role. Doesn't have an ace yet with the Tritons. 7 service errors for the San Diego Mesa College transfer. And all the way to the state final a season ago at the 3C2A JUCO level here in California. And Horniak, he's different server than they had him before. So just checking to make sure everything was okay on that front. And getting the score right. Getting it down to 17-12 UC San Diego. And a quick answer by Concordia and Miles Henderson. They're spreading the offense around quite a bit in the early going. They have 6 kills. 5 different student athletes have notched one so far.
That was a nice swing down the line by Miles Henderson.
Another one of the JUCO transfers from Orange Coast College. Here's Kai Vogel, whips in an ace right inside the line.
And that is definitely, Coach Curtin said, servers to watch. Watch Kai Vogel. He's definitely gotten some points. And what a great area 5 that serve was.
Big exhales, he sets up again. First ace for Concordia. And give one, you take one away, and it's a point for UC San Diego. 18-14 here in favor of the Tritons. 4-4 coming in. Have yet to play a Big West match. It's been 11 days since their last match at the end of January, so well rested, fresh, time to get back in the gym. Coming out with some different lineups. This serves overshot. Golden Eagles hitting .067 to start. UC San Diego hitting .318. Match where we expected to see some higher hitting percentages overall. 2 teams in the top 20 in efficiency, but neither cracking the top 40 in defensive efficiency.
Yeah, I think Tritons are blocking well.
Good swing, Provednikov. Vogel handles it other side. Cornelison up by the libero Boyle. There's Chandler. He's got another one. Luke Chandler continues to pace the pack with 4 kills.
Doing a nice job on that line, too. I think that's the second time he's beat the defender on that one.
That brings Provednikov back to serve in just 1 out of 2 matches last time around. It was originally in that opposite spot that Chandler then started occupying. Now he can get back to his familiar posted outside hitter. And there's the Triton block once again.
Another really well-formed Triton block in full pike mode there. That ball wasn't getting over.
4.5 team blocks for UC San Diego. They'll go way off speed. Golden Eagles get a hard swing off the hands. Cornelison. Out of the back row, Provednikov. Left nothing off of that.
And I like them using him on that big play. Garrison is a good decoy on that one. And they're able to put that one away. They're playing a true opposite, playing all the way around and lure setting. But it's also a great, that they have such a deep team that they can make those adjustments.
Service from Provednikov. Triton's up 6. Garrison keeps this one alive after the block. He'll get the look at it. Cornelison providing some resistance and goes off the block for a kill. Coming off a good match against UC Irvine. Still has yet to lose. He put up a 12-1-20 line, hitting .550.
Yeah, that's impressive.
All the way back to Chandler. This one meets the tape. Henderson setting out a system. Triton block sends it back. They try and go quick out of the middle. Garrison ready to meet it. Poked over by the Tritons and nobody going to get it.
Lure's getting creative on that one, setting the bick. Provednikov wasn't quite ready for that, but still able to make a good contact and throw Concordia off a little bit.
So here we go with Josh Ewert for UC San Diego. Big specialist. He's got a ferocious serve. He can really dial it up well into the 70s.
Yeah, ferocious is right. He can take over a match with his serve, and he can come in and serve right away well.
Pretty good up from Nunez on the other side. Triton's scrambling, and they got just enough of the piece of that from Paul Schultes. So it makes it 22-17. At some point, Concordia is looking at needing a service run. Been clean service, just one ace, one error for this group so far. Cornelison trying to get him started. Lure's having a backtrack for Sani. Takes a big swing, meets the double block. Kai Vogel shoots one. Looked like it was heading long. Provednikov keeps it in. And it's Sani again. That is off the block for a Triton point.
And I like that swing by Sani. I feel like he just needed to take a good whack at it. He's 6'8", he reaches high. He needs to hit that ball high off the block, which he did a great job right there doing.
So it's Lures to serve it up. Triton's 2 points from an opening set. Coverage and a dive to the left by Nunez. Provednikov sets Chandler out of system. And that'll do it for UC San Diego. Chandler gets his 5th kill, puts the Tritons on set point.
I love seeing Provednikov step in there and set that ball. Great dial up for Chandler on that one.
7 chances to close out this first for a Triton team hitting .387 so far. No rush for Lures to get this thing going. Hard off the block and out. Big swing that time by Kai Vogel to tool the Triton wall.
Yeah, good use of the block by Vogel on that one.
Well, if you need to put some pressure on from the service line, spit the nail out of the coffin. Schultes is the one you want back there for this group, their ace leader. Lure is right on the net. We melt out of the middle. Golden Eagles stay alive. Henderson off the block and down. So tooling it from the other side this go round.
Another good tool off the block by Henderson, using the outside arm of Chandler on that one.
24-19. They've saved 2 out of a needed 7 set points here. They go back to that play out of the middle. Golden Eagles have the answer once again. Triton's covering. Somehow that got over the net. Back to the middle. And Concordia with some momentum as Habermas turns in a kill.
Habermas being up and available. Good scramble play. Caught the Tritons a little bit out of defensive position.
Well, that block in the middle, Tritons have set up a few good-looking attempts for Leo Wiemelt. Golden Eagles have had the answer for him. That serve goes long, and UC San Diego takes the opening set. Tritons hitting a good one error on 11 attempts. Provednikov a 4-1-7 line in the opening set. Wiemelt and Sani with a couple kills apiece. Provednikov starts off the second with the serve, and Garrison, easy put away out of the middle for his second kill.
Yeah, he gets to be in that multiple kill category now too.
Redshirt senior out of Manhattan Beach and Miracosta High School. Triton block leader for the last couple seasons and similarly setting a tone at the net with 3 in that first set. Garrison got a touch there, trying to find it to Sani, who battles and wins the joust for UC San Diego.
And we're seeing a little bit of a change up on the Concordia side. Number 4 setting, Aiden Case.
Now Case, who was their primary setter to start this season. First time starter for this group, coming over from Grand Canyon. So familiarity, that's where Coach Gertzen was last year, as we talked about. Couple redshirt seasons, 15 career sets with the Antelopes. He's out of San Ramon up in Northern California and California High School. Case taps over the serve, first touch by Sani. He'll get the swing at it and puts it away.
Nice swing by Sani. Nice high set. I feel like he likes a little bit of a higher set. Great connection. Just goes right through the block on that one.
He brought up a good point about getting Sani going. You think about the first handful of sets that he had in that opening frame, and a lot of it was, well, he just wasn't able to take full swings.
Yeah, I think, you know, when you see something and you want to go for it, but in my opinion, establish the angle and then move the ball around. So like to see him taking some good cracks at it.
Well, they've been on the money for Sani here in the second as the Tritons rolling over that first set momentum to a 4-1 lead. Garrison in his 4th year starting for this group. An ace and 9 errors coming in. Big crack at this one. Henderson with the up. And it's Christian Galapo who puts it away. He gets on the board for the first time tonight.
Good angle hit there by Galapo.
And a big part of this group, the Luxembourg International. Chandler's swing, forcing an overpass, and then out of the back row, Provednikov gets it done.
Nice job by Leo on that one. Nice set by Lures as well. Middle jumps with Wiemelt, and the big goes down.
Well, that serve just cleared the tape. That was nasty from John Lures.
And that's been something he's been working on, getting a more consistent serve going, so super pumped about that one.
Brad Rostrauter calling him a great leader. He said to say he's a hard worker doesn't justify it. He's the hardest worker I've seen. Just an impressive individual and a stud human being.
I believe it. Oh.
There's the Triton block, because this time it's Sani going up, who had 2 kills in that opening set, 3 in a 4-point stretch to help the Tritons build this lead. And it's John Lures serving out of the timeout. Little off the net that time from Cornelison. Tritons able to stay alive. Case setting the back row, little wiggle of the net there too as the ball caught it. Trying to find Chandler, puts it straight up and down.
And that is just that lefty angle that he can hit. That is impressive. I think that was inside the 10-foot line.
Newport Beach native out of Corona Del Mar High School. Can you put into words what that facial expression was? What was going through your mind when you saw that swing?
That was impressive. I was wondering, because it was an inside set, but as a lefty, they can really turn their body, and he did a great job. Good body control, good angle, good snap. Everything was there.
Early in the season, it was a lot for Chandler in as a blocking sub, but his offensive game has come to life. Speaking of, that's a point for the Tritons. Thought Kai Vogel had gotten that one in, but it's just out.
Kai Vogel going for broke on that one. Just really wanted to hit that line. Happened really fast, but just missed it.
Make it a 5-0 run for the Tritons, and Lures continues his service stretch. Up to try and set him up. Adjustment with Vogel to go with the left. Tritons bump it over. Out of the middle, set back. They'll go into Vogel once again, up by Keegan Cook. Sani casts off. Tritons off an overpass. Back to Sani. He's soloed up.
Wow, he's going to have a molten tattoo on his shoulder. What a swing by Sani. Just absolutely obliterates the line. Hopefully Aiden Case can move his arm after that.
10-2, and that brings a 6-0 run to an end. So Concordia switching up its setter from set 1 to set 2. I've been able to get a lot of consistent offense going. Anything you can see in the way of adjustments or things to change here in the second?
They threw in a new setter. I think that they just are not controlling the ball very well on their side of the net. They look a little frazzled.
Late dip.
Just got an ace.
And that one's in for an ace. That'll help the point scoring cause. Second ace here as Schulteis gets set to keep it going.
But I would say, honestly, the Tritons are playing good defense as well, so I'm sure that's frustrating.
Schulteis again. Boyle's got the first up here. A little action on that right side. They return Sani's effort. Sani again right through the block.
Great swing by Sani on the right, showing his versatility.
All smiles as he heads back to serve. 11-4 UC San Diego. Big early lead here in the second. Concordia trying to get some offense going. Tritons put up the block out of the middle. And out of the back row, there's Sani. This group is having some fun right now.
They are having some fun. And, I'll tell you what, it all starts with really good passing. And I feel like with Provednikov back there and Cook, they're doing a great job really getting the ball up to the net so Lures can just pick apart the defense on the other side and just get his hitters the ball.
9 kills, 12 swings, no errors so far for UC San Diego in the second. And then continue to mix it up. This time it's Wiemelt.
Lures just showing what an athlete he is to be able to get Wiemelt that ball across the court.
316 hitter on the middle. Goes straight into the net. So again, that line continues to move up. 769 hitting on 13 swings for the Tritons. And back on a service error, and it brings Christian Galapo back to serve. 4th in points last season, 2nd 2 years ago for this group. Lures, one-handed back set for Chandler.
Wow, great job by Lures teeing that ball up for Chandler. And Chandler being up, aggressive, and available to hit that.
So Ethan Horniak back in to serve. Mesa College 3C 2A state title game against now UC San Diego teammate Aiden Powell. And there's one of the best swings we've seen in a minute for Concordia. It comes from Galapo.
Galapo bringing in a little bit of energy and firepower for the Golden Eagles. Definitely needed.
Case found something on the floor. I don't know if either of them knew exactly what that was, but it's off now, so that's good. And there's Chandler for UC San Diego. They're really firing away on offense. A lot of big-time, leave-nothing off it type of swings.
Absolutely, and another great swing down the line by Chandler. He's just been doing a really good job beating the defender there and the block.
This is a team that comes in well-rested, as we talked about, well battle-tested. 5 straight matches entering tonight against top 9 opponents, including number 1 UCLA here a few weeks back. Provednikov trying to use the block, but a good answer from the setter, Case.
Case puts up a nice block there, not letting that go down on him.
So they'll take Habermas out and get Connor Orrock into action for the first time. Guys on the bench chanting Miami. We'll tell you about that here in a second. Provednikov comes through with the kill. So Orrock, his nickname is Miami. And I got to give a nod to Ben Rosehart of Concordia Sports Information for this story, their college sports communicator. Said it all started on the team's media day shoot. He's got the slick hair, he was wearing sunglasses, and they started calling him Miami. And when he serves at Concordia home games, they started incorporating serving songs this year. And it's Miami by Will Smith that they play for him.
I'm like, how did he get that name being from Minnesota? But there you go. Tees with a much-needed kill there on the pick.
There's Case in to serve. It's still Tritons by 8. And Provednikov puts another one away.
Yep, he is batting 1,000 on those Bics tonight. I think he's hit 4 and gotten kills on every one of them. Garrison draws a great block, disguising the Bic, and Leo has an open court.
And they're trying out some new lineups tonight, and they're going to really like what they're seeing out of this crew. It's Jim Garrison. And shots into the net from Paul Schulteis. Garrison always known for the fun socks. These ones a little tougher to decipher at range. It looks like palm trees.
Maybe, yeah. Or some kind of butterfly? I don't know.
Into the net here, back for Concordia.
He got distracted. We were talking about his socks. It kind of looks like a daisy. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that flowers, there you go. A little minimalist on the color side. Big swing and an overswing that time from Sonny.
Sonny was hoping for some skin on that one.
The Tritons went most of this set without an attacking error. Now they've got 2 for the frame. Still confident looks and full swings. Wiemelt bumps that back over after it was blocked back to him. Now out of the back row look. Nice up for the Tritons and a lot of space to hit into. And they'll tap it home.
Now that's a smart hit by Sonny. That area one, nobody was home. Got the ball there quickly.
And Concordia will go ahead.
But great job by the Tritons so far. Really doing a great job on their offense.
Now I'll tell you what, we will go back to the books and we'll get the highest hitting percentage set of the season before this thing is all said and done.
Hopefully we didn't jinx it.
Right back off the block, easy as you like for Leo Wiemelt.
Wiemelt definitely holding his own in the middle. Good job getting available, ready to hit, and taking up some big space.
got more offensive range than he has in the past, and that's something that's helped earn him a little more court time. Sani to stay in it against two Tritons, and then Sani terminates for his 10th kill.
Smart hit by Sani. Using that reach, going high and hard off the block.
Big exhale here for John Lewis, getting ready to serve. It's been all Tritons here in the second, working on another 3-0 run. One off the net and down. There's a kill from Cornelissen. Both teams had a lot of offensive turnaround from last year, so all of that with a new head coach, bunch of personnel change. Not surprising to see Concordia mixing it up a little bit. This is a group that lost outside hitters Gage Doble, Makua Maramoto, second and third on the team in points. Both their setters, Connor Marks and Makai Lipson. Lipson's now a member of the coaching staff. Lost their ace and block leader, turnaround almost everywhere.
Yeah, it's tough to get going again.
Somehow a kick saved that time. Boy, and a beauty from Wesley Newton. And they answer back with the block from Galapo.
Nice job by Galapo, and what a great kick save there. Is that Henderson on that one, I think? Maybe.
I had clocked Wesley Newton. Heck of a play holding the ground. That brings Newton, another San Diegan out of St. Augustine High School and Coast Volleyball Club. Tritons off a touch. Sani gets him to 22. 11 kills for Seba. 2 digs, 2 blocks.
Yeah, he's definitely doing a great job taking the load, being that go-to guy, outside hitter.
One of the U.S. national team members as well. There's a nice look out of the back row for Henderson.
Yeah, I like to see Concordia run that BIC as well.
Galapo with the serve. Tritons out of the back row. And block in the middle from Case and Habermas. Try and back set this one over and sets up an easy put away for the setter, Aiden Case.
Yeah, a little setting error there by Wiemelt, but it's tough as a middle. Sometimes you get just stuck in that spot.
Trims the lead down to 8. Good serve, good adjustment, Lures, and Tritons still get a good swing, but Case and Habermas ready to send it back, and a little momentum here from Concordia on a 3-0 stretch.
What a great save out of the net by Lures. Wiemelt didn't really have or not Wiemelt, but Provednikov didn't have a ton of space there with 2 big blockers in his face.
5 of the last 6 points to the Golden Eagles. That stretch comes to an end. That serve is into the net. So I bring Leo Wiemelt back to serve. It's a Golden Eagle team, then the 11th season at the national collegiate level, jumped from NAIA in 2016 rather. The last winning season was in 2020 when they went 11-10. Hard off the hands, good swing and a kill. Another one from Miles Henderson.
Henderson finding some success in the back row there. I wonder if they'll continue to hit those BICs.
Hit 0 on the nose, 6 kills, 6 errors against UC Irvine last time around. That's Cornelissen on serve. And the Tritons, Chandler, he'll put them on set point.
Yep, just finding those crazy angles, working the Concordia defense, hitting line and angle, keeping them guessing.
Josh Ewert, 13th in the NCAA in aces per set, 15 of them total coming in. Serve and set point. Hard off the tape, Cornelissen handles it nicely. Triton block gets a piece of the Henderson effort. Long ground to cover for Lures. Ewert rolls it over out of the back. Nunez with the diving dig, And Provednikov with an easy tap.
Didn't have a ton of insight. Thought he knew some things that Coach Rostrader would do, but boiled down to serving and passing and him finding the right lineup of his team.
Golden Eagles will have the first point of the third set. And Wesley Newton, the San Diegan, has his first NCAA kill. So a chance for some of the hometown guys to get it going here. He played in all of one set on the season. He prepped at Saints, and he's got Concordia off to a 1-0 lead. Galapo's serve picks out Provednikov. Lures continues to put it on the money, this time for Garrison.
And that's such a high-risk, high-reward set. Being able to connect with your middle off the net is so impressive, and he does it really well.
Now Josh Ewert back in to serve. There's that big arm behind the line for UC San Diego. In the starting group for this set for the Tritons. Inside Provednikov, Wiemelt, Lures, Garrison, and Sani. Boyle and Cook the liberos. Galapo, Whitaker, Habermas. Fisher, Henderson, Newton, and Nunez the libero on the other side for Concordia. Provednikov high off the hands. Good adjustment by Fisher to shuttle it centrally. Their setter had the first touch. Sani just floating it in. Tried for a pancake. Couldn't get it. And the adjustment by Sani for UC San Diego.
Yeah, wasn't there and was able to make a great play out of it and send Golden Eagles flying.
So it's Provednikov set to serve it up here. They go back to Fisher at setter for this third set. And Jim Garrison, easy swing to put it away. So continuing to shuttle in these setters. Now the reality is one of two things has to happen for this group to get back into this match. You either have to start hitting for a scorching percentage or find a way to slow down UC San Diego. The way they've been going this year, it's been more offense than defense consistently. So just something to try and rev the engines up.
Yeah, Concordia is faced with a very well-oiled machine of the Tritons right now. Just really firing on all cylinders, blocking, digging, passing, serving, and great offensive efficiency.
Garrison with his second solo stuff. Perfect volleyball name for a middle blocker. Last name Garrison, putting up that wall at the net. Quick 5-2 lead for the Tritons on a 4-0 stretch. Galapo with the up. Trying to push this one off the block, and that'll work. That's a job done for Henderson. Had a good spurt late in that second set as well.
Yeah, he did get on a run for a little bit and then went quiet again.
Tied for the team lead with 5 kills alongside Teese Cornelison. Strong serve right to the net. I'm going to say that Garrison went under.
Yep, he sure did. There was no doubt about that. Tried to save that one.
I thought he had the right idea. I think it was just more about being in an awkward spot. You're not used to being there and having to keep your balance.
That is the life of a middle blocker. It's just sometimes trying to get out of the way as fast as you can.
It's a series of awkward moments, and can you avoid them? And the Tritons will get it right back here. Big West all-freshman team pick, part of that talented crew that they had in here. 4 Big West all-freshman team picks back in 2023. Ewert keeps this one alive. Lure is setting Sani up by Galapo. Nice save by Ewert. Sani free balls it over. Nunez covering. Time out of the back row, just inside the line. Nice swing for Concordia.
Yeah, they've been super successful on setting their back row. I'm surprised they haven't done that a little bit more. Draw the block. And Whitaker was able to put that one away.
6-5 Tritons. Sonny cross court and in.
Love seeing that cross court hit from Sonny. Being patient on that set.
4 kills on 7 swings without an error for the Tritons. Continue to look near unstoppable offensively. Off the Lures serve. That one is out. A little too much on it that time from Galapo.
Yeah, just out. That was a close one.
Serve's been coming along for Lures. Brad Rostrader saying he's exploring that. That jump serve, trying to progress a little bit. I said one thing that really makes Lures stand out is he's always got the wheels spinning on the mental side of things. He's always trying to figure out what's best in game, and that kind of thinking at a different level can really open some things up and allow you to make some quick adjustments.
Yeah, I believe that. I can see that in the way he plays, trying to make the best of every situation.
So an ace for Habermas, a second-year transfer from Ohio State out of Bloomington, Minnesota, and Jefferson High School. And Ewert getting involved in the action, but just off the mark there.
Yep. Going for that line, just missed it.
3rd on the team in kills per set coming in. And last match was first one on the year that he didn't start in that contest at Loyola Chicago. Now getting some offensive run. Tapped over by Sonny. Habermas keeps it alive, and a big swing and overshot from Whitaker.
Whitaker hoping for some hands on that one, but didn't quite get him.
And regular in all 3 seasons for the Merrimack Warriors. He led them in kills each of the last 2 years. 16-6 as a D1 independent last year for that program. Whitaker's shot off the tape. Tritons Provednikov off the hands. Great coverage. Nunez keeps it alive. Sonny hard off the block. Settling into a nice back and forth 3rd set here. A 2-point Triton lead. That's good response from the Golden Eagles. Fell behind late in the 1st set. Surely outcompeted in that 2nd set. One goes wide, and that's a UC San Diego point. Come back and get back to playing some competitive volleyball to start this 3rd. This was a team that gave UC Irvine a heck of a match last time around. 4-set loss to the Eaters. Every set was within 3 points.
Yeah, they definitely have some explosive offensive players. I think just figuring out the right combination of them. And do you go with a senior setter? Do you go with a freshman setter? What is working best against your opponent?
Well, these 2 teams meet up tomorrow night as well, so a chance to immediately see what other kinds of changes you might want to make or what you want to stick with. There's Leo Wiemelt for UC San Diego. Their offensive balance has been good, and they've done it a couple different ways, spread it around a lot in that opening set. They really unlocked Sonny in the 2nd. He's up to 14 kills. 3-point lead in the 3rd. Provednikov into the triple block, just popped over, up by Whitaker. Jim Garrison, almost another solo stuff for the big man. And he puts his swing into the net.
Needed that one a little bit higher, especially if he's passing his own ball, but good heads-up play.
And an immediate challenge issued by UC San Diego after that point.
Also a great way to use a timeout. Not sure if that one, there was a touch on that one, but they can look at it again.
Sounded like it was for a potential net violation. This is only the second challenge of the match. UC San Diego successful on its earlier challenge. Provednikov looked for an illegal attack that resulted in a replayed point. And this is a swift review from Patsy Malta.
Oh, all right. Well, there was a touch. I thought he hit that in the middle of the net, but he's pretty happy about that. Skipping back on the court.
Touch at the net by Aiden Case. That was Garrison going up for a block earlier in the point. Some of that
that is just ugly-looking volleyball. So
now wipe that all away. If that was that last point, then Case wasn't on the floor.
Yeah, ugly volleyball. Go away.
Forget what I said. Good swing, hard and high off the hands. Side out for the Golden Eagles.
Whitaker has been a good addition for Concordia in there. A little bit of firepower from him.
Senior out of West Palm Beach and Suncoast High School, coming over from Merrimack. Third on the team in kills, hitting .292 coming in. There's a big swing from Ewert. A lot of back row, a lot of big work for Ewert when the Tritons have got him going this season. And he'll set himself back to serve.
Yeah, he
trying to keep this thing tight in the third.
Oh, all right. So
now they confirm the call, and it'll stay with UC San Diego.
Some of it hit the line. Okay.
And close enough, and even with all the camera looks you can get, sometimes it's just too tight to overturn.
Yeah.
And they'll be down to 2 unsuccessful challenges through 4 sets. If you go to a fifth sub-3, you get 1 back. So a chance for a timeout to stop the action a little bit. Tritons 18-14, 2 sets to none. And a triple block in the middle. This time the block sends it back, but it's out. A long tool of the block. Concordia is back within 3. So we'll get Kai Vogel back in to serve here. A big part of that Merrimack team a season ago. Second in points and kills, led him in aces for the Rancho Cucamonga native out of Upland High School.
Let's see if he can get that serve going again. It's definitely gotten some points off of it.
Tritons here getting lined up with a 3-point edge. Vogel's serve dug by Boyle. Sani off the block, and that's a Triton point. Hit the block, hit the stick, and Sani continues to go to work offensively. 14 kills, all of them over the last 2 sets. He's up to 448 hitting. Got going in a hurry in the second. And serves this one into the tape. So here is Connor Orrock out of Maple Grove, Minnesota. Started his career at St. Mary of the Woods. And the man they call Miami pushes this one wide. So just in for a service rotation there. Look at Matt Fisher, the setter back in, freshman from Camarillo High School.
Whose uncle coaches at Pitt, Dan Fisher.
That's small world, and as we talked about, even smaller in NCAA men's volleyball. Here's Tyler Stewart in for UC San Diego. His first action of the night. Rednikov knocks this one over. Big swing down the line, the up by Lures, and the Tritons were into the net.
Great defense by Lures, though.
So good to see the Pepperdine transfer get into some action here. Again, like Orak on the other side. Just to check in to serve. And he'll take a seat as the Golden Eagles hand it back to Galapo. Hard off the tape. Boyle with the dig. Ewert with a monster swing, and they somehow keep it alive. This time, Garrison uses the block and finds the floor.
Nice set by Lures. Getting that ball to Garrison in transition.
Garrison and Wiemelt for UC San Diego, a combined 10 kills on 15 swings without an error. Ewert rocks it off the tape. Back to Concordia, 21-18, third set. Service errors piling up here for the Tritons, and now Wesley Newton. His first significant collegiate action. The San Diego product. Takes a little off of that serve. There is Provednikov and tucks it just inside the line in front of Galapo.
Like that deep middle hit from Provednikov on that. Doing a good job moving the ball around different spots on the court.
Seeing him growing into more of a leadership role this year, and Brad Rostrader told us one of the big parts of that was he was a catalyst for changing his role. He's been a steady outside hitter for this group. We talked about that lack of a true or healthy opposite in the fall, so it was Provednikov who said, let me step up and instigate that change for us. But again, with Chandler settling in at opposite, Provednikov goes back to outside hitter. It's going to be a really positive development for this team as the season goes on.
Yeah, they have a lot of different options at the outside position, but right now I think whatever they're doing is working really well.
And Provednikov finds an ace. And he has been on fire from behind the service line. Fourth ace for Provednikov, that time right in between Nunez and Whitaker.
And look at that too. Jim Garrison, Leo Wiemelt combined for 10 kills, no hitting errors. Pretty impressive.
And great efficiency out of the middles. Those guys, when they have been set, have been putting up good numbers on the year. Garrison especially, 451 hitting. Wiemelt came in as a 316 hitter. It's been a ton of offense. It's been Sonny who's been the go compared to the fast. One of my favorite things to do talking to head coaches is give them an open-ended question. Say, hey, what of anything about your group, it could be on court, off court, anything jumps out. Brad Rostrader said, in my entire head coaching career so far, I've never had depth like this. We have more variation. We have guys that can flow in and out. He said, honestly, it's more flowing in what we can hope for, but really a testament to the development of this group, something that the staff and the players take pride in. And it all comes back to, look, what these guys have done, hitting the weight room, in the practice gym, watching video at home. We have so many game-ready guys. And, again, just 9 games into the season still, including tonight, scratching the surface with that depth. But this is one of their more consistent performances all around so far this year.
Yeah, and that's great because given who your opponent is at each night, the game asks something different from you, and he's able to move the puzzle pieces around, have a whole new bag of tricks, a full arsenal of different offensive players, defensive players that can make his team win.
Well, timeout Concordia and a service error. So a kill for the coach, and it's back with the Golden Eagles here in Whitaker. First touch from Sani. Lures backtracking. Not a time to wait for Sani, who hits it into the triple block. Now out of the back. Terrific up by the Tritons. Sets up a back row look. Garrison taps it over and puts him on match point.
Wow, what a save on that by Lures. He is everywhere.
Saving some lightning fast transition. Great work from Boyle, who heads back to the bench on that look.
And Lures just putting up a nice hittable ball out of the net. Garrison able to put that one away.
It's the Triton vet, Garrison, serving match point and serving it up long. So Concordia with the side out. Needing 4 in a row to try and extend this thing. Here's Miles Henderson. And he's got an ace. Off the dig attempt, off the ladder. Done a good job saving a couple set points at a time. Can they make that definitive run to close the gap here? It's Sonny who casts off and shoots it long. That time got a piece of line judge John Park.
Right in the chin.
But in a good spot there. 3 straight for the Golden Eagles. Watsani again. Goes long again. Now a carbon copy of the previous point.
Trying to find that corner.
And a timeout here for UC San Diego. So the closing run for this group. 4 straight points for Concordia. 2 big swings from Sonny that went long around the Henderson ace. And a Jim Garrison service error. So again, the pair of teams that's getting set to meet again tomorrow night in Irvine. This one is the 18th all-time meeting. First here in La Jolla in 3 years. The last 4 were up in Irvine, where Tritons got a sweep last season at CU Arena. And of course, hailing from the 2 conferences, the MPSF and the Big West, with all the big boys in NCAA volleyball. So good chance for these teams to get battle tested as they look ahead into conference play.
Yeah, and like what I see from the Tritons so far, I feel like this last set where they're just trying some new things out. But definitely doing a good job melding with different players on the court, and offensive efficiency has been very impressive.
Still hitting .402 for the match compared to Concordia's 154. And 500 on the nose in that second set. One of the better efficiency marks so far this season. Henderson still facing match point on the serve. Lures finds Sonny. He beats the block to the spot, and the Tritons back at home and back in the win column.